Well, how's it going, everyone? Um, Welcome to the uh, Scream stream, where we're basically just going to be talking about just the Scream franchise. Um, so that's the only movie, um, the only franchise we're going to be talking about today. We're not going to be so it's basically just a Scream stream tonight, as you guys know. Um, we're basically just going to be talking about the Scream franchise and just kind of hanging out with each other or hanging out, And, um, so I'm just wait for some people to get in here. And by the way, guys, sorry if I sound a little bit, down a little bit. Just kind of, I'm getting a little tired, to be honest. But obviously, I had planned on doing the stream, and I want to hang out with you guys. Um, so yeah. I want to wait for some people to get in here, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about Scream and just hang out, talk nothing about it's just a Scream stream tonight. Um, so first things first, I wanted to talk about the rumors about Nev Campbell returning to Scream 7. Now, I think that it's a little bit far fetched right now. I don't really know like if she is gonna return, but there's a lot of rumors that a lot of rumors saying that she will just because of Tara and Jenna. Or I said Tara. Yeah, I could say Tara, right? Tara and Sam, aka Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega. They will not be in the film, so they won't be in the film. So I'm thinking that Nev Campbell will come back. I'm thinking that she will come back for one last film. Now, I'm not 100% if she will. Of course, it's just rumors, but it's definitely a possibility at this point. Because again, you don't have a final girl, and you really don't have any other story to tell. So, and you need a final girl in the film. Without Sam and Tara, you don't. You basically wouldn't have a final girl. So, yeah, I definitely think that Sydney. I always said that I think that she's gonna come back, just because again they don't have really any other like story to tell at this point. Um, and you need a final girl in this film, so it only makes sense to bring her back for one last film. But I guess we'll see what happens. Of course, it's just rumors at this point. Um, we really don't know anything right now about the movie. Like, we don't know anything about the movie. Like, um, the only thing that we know is that it's definitely being made. It's not being made right now, but it's gonna be. Um, they're gonna probably start filming. I would say probably around the summer time. I'm assuming probably around the summertime. Sounds about right. Um, but of course, we don't really know 100%. And I heard that obviously they're expecting the film to come out in. They're expecting it to come out in 2025, which I mean, that's pretty. I kind of figured that just because, again, with the strike going on, I just kind of figured it would take at least like 2 years at most, or a year, another year or so. Like, um, obviously that's 2 years from now, but so yeah, I definitely think that like if it does, because of the writer strike and all that, we won't get it until we won't get it until 2025, and they probably won't start filming until around the summer. So, and we probably won't see the trailer until like next fall or something like that, especially if it's going to come out in 2025. So yeah, I definitely think that I definitely think that 2025 it was this the more logical like year for it to release, because again they haven't started filming yet, and and I want them to take their time with it, because that's how films like end up bad, when you start rushing. So I'm pretty happy, we know that for sure that we're getting a Scream 7. There's a lot of people saying that it should be canceled because of not having Tara, not having, Sam, which I don't think that it should be canceled necessarily. I just think that, like, you have to bring Sydney back. That's the number one thing. And because, and I know that people just don't feel that it's, they should continue, especially without Sam and Tara, because again, they were a part of Scream 6 and 5. So, but now they're not gonna, they're not gonna be in the film. So a lot of people feel that it should be canceled and shouldn't be made, But at the same time, you could always bring Sydney back. And I always say that, Sydney, if she does come back, it's definitely gonna be her last film. 100%. And I just don't see her being in any more films after this one. Especially if she does come back, it's definitely going to be her last. But yeah, at this point, it's just rumors. We don't really know anything other than that we know that we're getting a Scream 7. That's about all we know at this point. But yeah, it's definitely it definitely should be pretty good. I really wonder what these new like directors and producers are going to be like, what they're going to do, like not having radio silence involved no more. Like, I wonder what they're going to do. It's going to be pretty interesting. But yeah, we're just going to basically talk about this Scream franchise in general. We don't have to talk about just Scream 7. We could talk about like all the Scream movies. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be. I definitely think it's gonna be a good film. A lot of people say. A lot of people had their concerns, which I do too. Like, a lot of people, feel that it may be like Scream 3, like similar to Scream 3 in a way. But I'm not really too concerned about that, because Scream 6 didn't really copy Scream 2 as much. Maybe a little bit, but not as much. So I definitely don't think, I'm not really concerned. I'm not concerned about it really as much as some people are, because again, it's not like Scream 6 was copying Scream 2. And I know we got new producers, new directors and whatnot, but I'm just not really that concerned with it. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I'm not concerned. And I also said that if they do copy Scream 3, it would only be like them going back to Hollywood, which that's not really copying it. Copying it would be like, copying like the same scenes, from Scream 3 or something, like making them like similar. So that's basically copying. But if you go your own direction and your own thing, because at that point, if you're gonna copy Scream 3, you might as well just call it a remake at that point, you know. Oh, we got somebody in here. Oh, how's it going, Wayne Turner? Thank you for popping in the stream. And by the way, as you know, you probably already know, but we're gonna be talking about Scream, the Scream franchise. So I appreciate you popping in. I hope you're having a great day. But yeah, it's just very interesting, like what direction they're gonna go. It's gonna be very interesting. Um, Now I would not mind if we got some Easter eggs of, let's say, like Roman or something like that, or even Angelina. I would not mind that at all. Because again, I've been actually talking about that. I want to see like some kind of like Roman like Easter egg or something, or from Scream 3. Because and you guys know I like Roman. He's my favorite killer in the franchise. Um, and I think that he was like the best. I just think that he was the best killer because again, he was the only killer. Basically, he basically did all the killings on his own. You know what I mean? So I think that he's the best killer all around, just because he did. A lot of course, there's theories out there saying that Angelina, was the second killer, like secretly, but just didn't get revealed as a killer. But I think like Roman did the killings on his own. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't have a partner or anything like that. So I just think that he's the best killer, and I've always believed that because again, he's the only one that he has the most like kill count in the whole franchise. Like out of all the other killers, he's got the most kill count because again, he did the killings on his own. He didn't have help. So many dramas with the lead up to Scream 7. I hope Christopher Landon doesn't get the blame if the movie is terrible. Will they find a cast? Well, I think they already do kind of got a cast. They do got. I looked it up on Google, and Jasmine Savoy Brown will be in it. Obviously, Mason Gooding will be in it as well. Um, Hayden Panettiere is on there as a cast member. Nev Campbell, and this is another interesting thing that I don't know if you saw. Nev Campbell is actually a part of the casting list. I don't know if that means something. I don't know if it's just on accident or what. But yeah, she's on the casting list of Screen 7. Like, I don't know if that's just to get people speculating or what. But yeah, she's on the casting list. And obviously Hayden Panettiere as well. And Josh Segura. Which that's going to be really weird because, again, we're not going to have Sam nor Tara. We need new motives. Oh, yeah, we do. We need new motives. We need more creativeness. We can't, I don't want to have the same crap that we've always gotten. I want to change, I want them to change it up a little bit, make it, new and fresh, do something new. You know, I don't want it. I don't want it to be the same over and over and over. I just want to see something new from once, like creative kills, creative, motives, like you were saying. You know, Roman could teleport. Oh yeah, he can. And there's a lot of parts in Scream 3 where he was teleporting. And a lot of people are saying that there was a second killer, which I do think that there was a second killer. I do think that Angelina was the second killer, just didn't get revealed as one. Um, Great that they cast Scott Foley as Roman. It was against type. He's normally the nice guy. Oh yeah, he is. He is. I think he was the right guy though for to play Roman. Honestly, I think he did a pretty good job. Cast list is speculation at the moment. Jasmine and Mason have both unfollowed Paramount on social media, which is their worry. Oh man, I did not hear that. See, I didn't really know all that. Um, but wow, just imagine if they ended up opting out of the movie or something like that, not having Tara, not having Sam, and then on top of that, not having you know, Mason Gooding and Jasmine Savoy Brown in the film. I mean, that's you basically don't have the Meeks twins. Won't like if that happens, we won't have the Meeks twins either, which that's gonna be weird. It's already weird enough without Tara and Sam. I'm just really wondering like where they're gonna go with it. I'm just I'm just really wondering. Like I hope it's not. I really hope they don't ruin this movie. You know, I want them to take their time. I don't want them to rush anything because again, that's how how movies are get ruined is when you rush. So I'm glad that they're taking their time with it. They're not trying to rush it or anything like that. They're just taking their time, and obviously the writer strike, kind of hurt it a little bit in a way. It kind of pushed it back, but hey, at least we're getting it right. At least we know that we're getting a Scream 7. Their core four had became very good friends in real life. Apparently, all angry at Sam's firing. Plus, have options. We'll see. Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure they are because again, Sam. I don't think Melissa Barrera really deserves. I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 on the situation. Like, I believe that. I think that if she posted that on Twitter and then she deleted it, I mean, I don't really see the point. Like, why you would fire her for that? When she deleted it. So it's just kind of like I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know who to blame. I don't know whose side I'm on. The directors were kind of wrong for firing her. But then again, I don't really know. So I guess I'm kind of on Melissa Barrera's side, just because she posted that, posted all that, and then, but she deleted it, so I don't see why she would get fired for that. Like, you know, I just really don't know whose side I'm on. Really, that's all it really is. I don't know whose side I'm on. The only thing that I know is that she got fired because of the post. But again, yeah, she deleted it. I don't really see anything. I don't see the problem with that really. I mean, maybe I don't know like what if they were offended by all that. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I feel bad for her. That's all I could really say. I feel bad for her because she was supposed to be in the film, but then they just fired her like that. Like, I feel terrible. I feel bad for her, honestly. Like, but again, it's kind of like the Paramount situation. It could be that, you know, maybe with the whole Sydney thing, right? The whole Nev Campbell not getting the money that she deserved. Maybe they fired Melissa Barrera for, basically just for posting that. I mean, which is kind of stupid to fire somebody that went on to, like, I don't understand what the problem was, especially if she deleted it, you know? So I really don't know whose side I'm on. 50-50, that's all I can really say. Like, the studio is probably stupid as well because obviously they ripped they ripped Neff Campbell off. They didn't give her what she deserved. And she was upset by that, in which I would be too. Especially if I gave my life, if she gave her life to this, franchise, and she didn't deserve any of that. Like, she didn't deserve any of that. So I don't know. Is the studio mistreating Melissa Barrera? Maybe, because they mistreated people before her. So, but at this point, we don't really know. It's just speculation. But yeah, for one thing's for sure though. I do feel bad for her because I've never heard of an actor get fired for posting something like that. I've never heard of that. Honestly, I've never heard of it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe somebody did get fired before for it, for that kind of thing, but I haven't seen it before. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. Like, somebody getting fired for a post that they made. Like, but yeah, it's pretty damn interesting. Um, but yeah, I wanted to talk about a little bit about Scream 3 and all that more because again, that movie is so hated on by so many people, which I understand. There's people that like certain films, then there's others that don't like them at all. Um, and look, I like Scream 3. Scream 3 is probably the most underrated Scream film that probably in the franchise. Like, it just gets so much hate. Gets so much hate. And the only reason why it gets so much hate is because they didn't like the whole idea of having Sydney's mother being involved. in the film, which I had no problem with that. I had absolutely no problem with it. You know, it actually made a lot of sense, especially having like a brother be a killer. Like, I think that made a lot of sense because, again, that's the reason why he was always showing pictures of Sydney's mother and all that, like, because it's her brother, and it makes a lot of sense. So, like, I don't understand, like, people again have their own opinions on it, and there's people that just don't like it for whatever reason. Like, I guess it's just not a good enough film for some people. Like, they don't like the ending, they don't like the reveal or anything like that. you know and I think it's probably the best reveal in the whole franchise by far. I think it's the best reveal. And the reason why I say that is because, like, how, okay, this is how I'm going to say it. So, in this movie, towards the end, right? At the end, when Roman gets revealed as the killer, you could like feel the intensity, a lot more. Because again, it's Sydney's brother, you know, and you can feel that intensity. When you get to when he reveals himself at the end, um, and then they fight each other. Now that is probably the most intense moment, like when they fight each other. That's probably like my favorite scene in the whole Scream franchise by far. Nobody could ever say, okay, yeah, nothing's gonna touch Scream 1996. We all know that, but this film I think is a lot more like intense. Like, this reveal was a lot more intense for me in Scream 3. Like, it was just a lot more intense because they fought each other. It was more personal. It was a brother and a sister fighting each other. It was like they were fighting over, who gets the remote, who gets to play the video game. It was just so real. It was so damn real, and a lot of people just didn't like it because, again, another reason why I don't think people like it is because they feel like another killer should have been revealed, which I don't have a problem with that. And again, there was another killer. Angelina was the secret killer, but she just wasn't revealed as one because maybe there's a lot of reasons for that. Maybe because she didn't want to get caught by anybody. Roman wanted to deal with Sydney on his own. There's a lot of there's a lot of reasonings like why she maybe didn't reveal herself, and that why she wasn't revealed with Roman. So I think that's one of the reasons why people don't like Scream 3, and it's the most underrated Scream film, in my opinion. Sadly, I got to go out. Sorry, I couldn't stay longer. Oh, it's okay, man. Thank you for popping in still. Much appreciated. Hope you have a great rest of your day. But yeah, Scream 3 is just the most underrated film now. Like, and a lot of people, I guess, just have their own opinion, which is cool. I respect everyone's opinion, you know, but I just don't agree. I really just don't agree at all when people say, oh, well, it's kind of stupid that Roman didn't interact with Sydney in the film. It's really not stupid, especially when you consider the fact that he was Sydney's brother, right? Why the hell would you have them interact with each other in the whole movie, like in the middle of the movie? You know, it made a lot more sense to wait until the end, until the reveal. You know, it felt like more intense, especially when they waited until for the reveal. It just wouldn't have felt it wouldn't have felt as good, if they revealed, if he got revealed or if he interacted with Sydney in the middle of the film, like that wouldn't have felt right to me. So I think that it was a good idea to wait until the end because it was more intense. And a lot of people have a problem with, you know, I think that's the number one problem, people have. They just think that they feel that he should have interacted with Sydney in the middle of the film. But I don't agree with that because again, it gives you the mystery of Roman, you know? You don't know anything about him or anything like that at all. And it kind of gave you like a little mystery about him, when he got revealed as the killer. So it didn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense. In my mind, it wouldn't have made sense if they did that. It felt more intense, when he got revealed as a killer, at the end. It felt more intense when he, revealed himself, at the end to Sydney. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a good film. It's an underrated film. I like everything about it. I like how it's like a mystery kind of film. It's kind of like a Scooby Doo kind of vibe. Um, it's a new. It was just like I like the setting as well. Hollywood, it's just a good film all around. The characters are enjoyable. I like all the characters. I like the setting. I like Roman. He's my favorite killer. Um, like everything about that film, everything about it is just so great. Like nobody can say that it's not. And people, those people that do say that it's not, hey, that you're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion, but for me, it was a great film. You know, the most underrated film. Now, maybe it wasn't the bloodiest. Maybe the kills weren't as great. But again, you got to consider. You got to also remember that the combine shooting was going on during that time. So you got to take that into account as well. You can't just say that, well, there's barely no kills in there, and the kills weren't as good as the last two films. Well, you got to take in consideration that the combine shooting was going on, so they weren't able to put as much blood, as much kills in the film because of that. You know, so you got to blame the combine shooting for all that. Um, so yeah, a lot of people were just complaining. All of the kills weren't that great. We didn't really get that much intense moments. Like, what are you talking about? Like, the reveal wasn't intense to you? Like, I understand people have their own opinion, okay? I'm not going to bash anybody for their opinion, but wasn't the reveal intense? Because I think it was. I thought it was. You know, it's by far the best reveal in the Scream franchise, in my opinion. There's just no question about it. No question about it. Like, and a lot of people just don't give it love. A lot of people hate it. And again, it's just because of the Maureen Prescott story. People just don't like the idea of having Sydney's mother being involved. But It makes a lot of sense. You know? And a lot of people say that, oh, it didn't make sense to be in Hollywood. Yeah, it does. Because if you really think about it, in Scream 1996, they were in high school. And then Scream 2, they were in college. And then Scream 3, what is it? Oh, they're in Hollywood because they're out of college. So then they moved to Hollywood to become, actors, become, well, not really actors, but they moved to Hollywood, so it makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot of sense. Because when you're grown, you want to do you want to do other shit. You want to go move to another city, and that makes a lot of sense in my opinion. So a lot of people just have their own opinion on it. Same with the opening scene. A lot of people don't like the opening scene, but again, I think that's the most creative opening scene that I've ever seen in probably in the Scream franchise. The best by far. I'm not gonna say is the best opening scene because Scream 1996 is better. Obviously, it's always gonna be the best. It's always gonna be a classic. But Scream 3 had a good opening scene. Like nobody could tell me that it didn't. All right, like I think that's the most creative opening scene in the Scream franchise. You know, I personally liked it. A lot of people didn't, which that's cool. A lot of people, everybody's got their own opinion, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna judge anybody for their opinion again. I mean, everybody's got everybody loves what they love. It's just like I was saying, like with food, not everyone's gonna like the same food as you do. Somebody may prefer something different. So I understand all that, but for me, Scream 3 is underrated and it's a great film. So I just don't have any problem with it. You know, I just don't have any problem with it. Same with Scream 4. Same with Scream 4. A lot of people like, okay, I don't like Scream 4 as much. I don't like Scream 4 as much as Scream 3, but I do like it. Definitely underrated as well. Like, and I think that was probably like the last, I would say it was the last like great Scream film, you know? Because Scream 5 was just nothing. Scream 5 wasn't anything compared to Scream 4. The chase scene, there was absolutely no chase scenes in Scream 5, The kills were absolutely boring as hell. I mean, there were some creative and some cool kills, but it wasn't really all that great. Like Scream 4 had all the chase scenes, had all the moments, the chase scenes, like that's what makes Ghostface, great. That's what he's known for is the chase scenes. So I just felt like they didn't do that right. In Scream 5 they should have added, especially if they were showing tribute to Wes Craven. That was another thing that I had a problem with. The fact that they didn't add any chase scenes into the film absolutely just mind-boggling to me. It boggles my mind. Like how you don't add chase scenes, especially when you're showing tribute to Wes Craven. That's what he was about, was the chase scenes. Like all of his Scream films had those epic chase scenes. And again, that's what makes a good Scream film. When you add, chase scenes, intense moments. So Wes Craven, he's missed. Everyone misses him. I miss him. He was just a great director. He added all those, moments, all those intense moments. You know, and it was definitely a. I would say that we probably should have got another Scream film under Wes Craven, but we probably would have got at least at least two more under Wes Craven. Sadly, we didn't get to see it, because he sadly passed away. But it's just unfortunate that we didn't get to see two more Scream films under him. Like, it's just unfortunate because Scream 5 and Scream 6, especially Scream 5, probably would have been a hell of a lot better than Scream 4, if it was Wes Craven's film. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. That's just my downright opinion. Sorry, guys, I'm yawning. I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of sleepy. I don't know. I might get off of here a little early tonight because, again, I'm pretty damn tired, and I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go just for a little bit longer and then try to get some rest. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here for a little bit, kind of talk to y'all. But yeah, I am a little tired, to be honest with you. Kind of little. I planned to, I scheduled this a little earlier, probably around like 10 o'clock or so, because I got up early in the morning. But yeah, I'm just tired as hell right now. Sorry for my language. I'm just kind of getting a little sleepy at this point. I'm trying to, stay with it, but uh, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. Interesting to see what Scream 7 is gonna be like. Um, yeah, I'm gonna stay on here a little longer. So I'm gonna probably stand here at least until I'd say another hour or so. I would say I'm gonna try to duke it out. Um, but yeah, Scream 7's I think, gonna be pretty damn good, especially if they bring back Stu. Sorry, guys. I'm just yawning like crazy. I'm just kind of sleepy. Just didn't get. I got up really super early. 5 in the morning. So usually I'd be like laying down by now. But anyways, I could push through. It's no big deal. Um. So yeah, Scream 7. I think Scream 7 will be a good film. Now a lot of people, like I was saying, have their own theories, on like who the killer will be, who will return, who will not. I think that okay, a lot of people feel that Charlie's gonna be the killer, which I absolutely don't see. I absolutely don't see that because again, he got stabbed in the heart. But then again, Scream franchise has done crazier shit before, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to bring him back. Because Chad, he survived like how many stabs did he survive? He survived at least like 10 or 11. So if he could survive that, then okay, I'll give you that. Maybe Charlie could survive getting stabbed in the heart, but then again, it's about, I just don't really see it because again, his heart would be stopped. You know, I just don't see it personally. And he's a good like I really never cared for his character from the get go. Like I've never cared for his, for him, never cared for him as a killer personally. Like I just feel like he's the most probably annoying killer in the franchise. Like by far, he's just too whiny. I think he's just too whiny and doesn't really. He doesn't really, I just don't like him as much. He's just not really that great of a killer, in my opinion. But yeah, man, sorry guys, I'm just so tired. Um, I have not been on here all that long, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely going to be, I think, a pretty interesting. It's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see what happens with Scream Seven. We'll see what happens. With if Stu's going to return, if he isn't, because there's just a lot of theories out there that prove that he is alive, which we all know that I feel like he is. I feel that he's alive just because all the Easter eggs and whatnot. Um, this is the best opportunity to bring him back, and if they don't bring him back, it's going to be absolute just failure in my opinion because this is probably the best opportunity that they could bring him back. The best opportunity. This film's going to basically be like another trilogy. So it's basically like the finale or whatever. So I mean, it feels like it makes a lot more. It makes a lot of sense, to bring them into the film like now. Um, but yeah, it definitely should be pretty damn interesting. Um, and a lot of people were making rumors saying that Matthew Lillard could know that he could know that he basically knows like the new directors, the new producers, and I definitely think that's a definite possibility because again, they're not going to tell us if he's going to return or not. I'm expecting them to lie to me about it so that I could go into the movie being surprised. Um, so I'm not 100% sure if he's going to come back or what. I don't know if he already knows something that we don't know, but I have a feeling that he does. And I'm not saying that just because I want him to return. I'm saying that because I really don't know. Like, I feel like um that he knows something that we don't. Because every time he's doing an interview or something like that, it seems like he's trying to like hide something, or which that's what I would expect. I mean, I would expect him to lie about it and not tell the truth, because again, we want to be surprised. We don't want, we don't want it to be given away. We don't want it to be given away. That would just ruin the movie for everyone. So, but yeah, it'll definitely ruin the movie, if we end up finding out. Or we don't want to know. None of us want to know. We just want to be surprised by it in the end. But yeah, guys, I think that I'm gonna probably call it a night already, because I am getting sleepy, and it is a little, you know, it is getting a little late. It's not too late right now, but man, I'm kind of falling asleep on the stream, and I really don't want to be like falling asleep or anything like that. Um, so I think I'll probably do another one maybe in a few days or so. We'll see what happens. But guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired right now. I gotta lay down and relax. Um, like I'm literally falling asleep while I'm talking to you guys. So um, I'm gonna call it a night for now, because again, I'm so tired. I can't really keep up. I gotta try to get some rest. But hope you guys, at least enjoyed for a little bit. And be sure to look out for another live stream probably in a couple days or so. Yeah, again, sorry for the inconvenience. I'm just so tired right now. I just can't, keep my eyes open. I'm kind of falling asleep, and I was tired. Yeah. I wanted to come on here and kind of hang out with you guys. I was like, you know what? Screw sleep. You know, I'm just gonna hang out with you guys. And or whatever. So I, I'm just kind of sleepy right now. I'm just tired. Um, but anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream at least. I know it wasn't that long. I know it wasn't like all that or anything, but at least we got to talk for a little bit. And I'm sorry that I have to cut this short, but I'm just getting so damn tired right now. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Be sure to hit the like button still as you go out, or as you go out. Sorry. See, that's how you know I'm so tired. Um, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button for those of you that didn't make it at all. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button, and be sure to comment down below as well, because that helps a lot as well. So be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. And until next time, y'all. See you next time, or I guess I'll say maybe in a few days or so. We'll just wait and see. Um, Actually, guys, I think I'm gonna try to duke it out. I think I'm gonna try to stay on here a little longer. Try to duke it out for a little bit. See how it goes. So yeah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna duke it out. Um, I'm not gonna just end the stream right now. I mean, I'm gonna try to push through. Um, but yeah, you guys see me yawning. Like I'm just so tired. You know, just so tired. Um, oh, how's it going, Scott Walker? How you doing, man? I'm doing pretty damn good. Just a little tired, kind of sleepy. So don't mind me yawning and all that. I'll be probably yawning most of the time, but I may get off of here a little earlier because I am tired and I do want to try to get some rest. So, but I wanted to hang out with y'all for a little bit, you know. So, hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I think Wayne Turner had to. He said he had to leave or something like that. But yeah, as I was saying about the whole Scream 7 thing, like about Sydney, about you know if Nev Campbell is willing to come back, I really do hope so. Because again, if you're gonna have Stu come back, you're gonna need to bring Sydney back. Because again, that only makes sense. You bring Stu back without Sydney, then I don't know what the hell to tell you. That's just not the right way to go. You got to bring Sydney. You got to bring her back. You know, you got to bring her back. She was the one that threw the TV on Stu, so she's gonna be pretty. What am I saying? Sorry guys, I'm getting lost a little bit. I'm just like I was saying, I'm tired. Um, whoops, I dropped my phone. But anyways, um, I think that having Sydney, fight Stu or ultimately end Stu makes the most sense because again, she's the one that threw the TV on him. So I got a very interesting idea. How cool would it be if they found out Randy made another video, and that video shows proves to use a secret. Oh yeah, and I also talked about that as well. I said that how cool would it be to see Randy appear in like another video or something like that. I mean, I would be okay with that as long as they do it right. You know, I personally don't have a problem with it like some people do. Like some people have a problem with Randy's character, being like in video and all that. Like they get tired of that. Some people do. But personally, I wouldn't mind it. Man, I sure am getting sleepy, guys. I'm getting so damn sleepy. I think I'm gonna call it a night for sure. Um, I know I wasn't on here all that long, but I think I'm gonna call it a night because again, I'm so tired, can't keep my eyes open or anything like that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Scott Walker, sorry for the inconvenience. I do gotta get off right now because I am tired. Gotta try to relax and try to get some rest. But until next time, y'all, stay angry. Peace.